Morning, antisocial lifestyle. Gil here in Qualicum. Um, what is it? It's Friday, long weekend, September, long weekend. Anyways, I tried to give myself a haircut. Boy, I cut it all off. Anyways, I was just watching. I was just watching Joe Rogan because obviously I like watching his podcast like everybody else. And the reason why I clicked on this one video is because they were talking about horror movies. What's the scariest horror movie you've ever seen? And he had this guy on, don't know who he is, and they're talking about it. And he asked this guy, it got on the subject, I guess, obviously, of horror movies. And he asked this guy, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen? And it really shocked me. And this is just his opinion, this guy, his guest. He said The Exorcist. And I can't really agree with that because I've never seen The Exorcist because I was very young when it came out. I think it was what was it? I can't remember. Late 80s, late 70s. Sorry. And Joe said for him it was American Werewolves in London. And that I found that scarier than The Exorcist. And I've never seen The Exorcist, but I've seen scenes here and there, and I wasn't interested. So I was kind of shocked because, in my opinion, what I believe, if I had a top 10, I think one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, let's say in the top 3, maybe even number 1, is The Shining. Now that, along with Tales from the Crypt, when I went to the theater when I was young to watch Tales from the Crypt, I couldn't sleep for weeks. I mean, that scared the piss out of me. I just, oh. And it doesn't help that I have a really good imagination. So, but The Shining, um, you know, that movie, it starts out a little slow, but then it builds and it builds. And by the time Nicholson is in that hotel up in the Canadian Rockies, wherever it was, I was I was in the film. I was completely drawn into the film, which made it even worse. But a movie that is directed and produced and the stars, if a movie can do that, like completely, you're just enthralled in it. You're just completely 100% in that movie, which even makes it more scarier. I mean, that movie really messed me up for a while because it was just so believable. I mean, that the story to that was remarkable, and they just don't make movies like that anymore. But I was really shocked that I went to another video where they talked about ghosts and places that are haunted, and they briefly talked more about scary movies. And this other guy, he's younger. He listed off a few horror movies, and I'm going, no way, man. That doesn't even come close to Tales from the Crypt or The Shining. You should, if you've never seen that movie, either of those movies, I strongly suggest you should watch them because that's back when they made really good movies. Was the 70s? I don't know about the 80s. The 80s kind of, I don't know. The best music, the best rock and roll ever in the history of music was the 70s. Gotta be. And early 80s. Late 60s. In that era. Between, same with cars. The best were, the late 60s, 70s, the best cars, the best music, the best horror movies. The film industry was just amazing. But that would be my pick. Is The Shining and Tales from the Crypt, and there's so many others, you know, like Carrie and I can't even think. I should have looked up some more movies before I did this video. But anyways, that's what I was watching this morning, because I think we were watching probably too much YouTube. There's so much BS on YouTube too. But Joe, he's very interesting. I enjoy watching him. He's a pretty smart guy. He seems to be a nice guy, and he's got some pretty good guests on there. Some not so good. Boy, that Joe doesn't take any crap. I'm telling you, he'll put you in your place if you're wrong, or you're saying something stupid. But that's what I would pick, definitely. And I haven't seen The Shining for a long time. I watched it, I don't know, maybe 10 times, like The Good, Bad, and Ugly, and countless other movies that were made way back. Yeah, I used to watch The Good, Bad, and Ugly every Christmas Eve. It was like almost like a tradition. Another one of my favorite movies. I hear somebody inside. Anyways, it's breakfast time. I better go. Thanks for appreciating watching, and I'll see you later.